All right, now it should be working. Let us see. Is it working? Okay, looks fine. Looks fine on YouTube. How about Twitch? Twitch is a little dark, but yeah, I don't know how to fix that. Maybe that's, I mean, it looks good enough. Whatever. All right, mute you. Go back to you. Let me open this. Okay, cool. All right, so hello. What I'm doing here is I decided to start live streaming everything I'm doing while building my business. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory for that. So I started my business, Serpicor. I started a little bit of work on it like a little over a year ago, but it was very like minor stuff. It was more of like a concept at that point. And I started it with a friend of mine, and we were still discussing, what it is that we're going to do, what we're going to build, what kind of thing we're going to provide. And we started with AI, and that was going well, but I just couldn't really decide on it, and I was very busy at that time. I was working full time. I was studying as well, so there just wasn't a lot of work done on it. But yeah, recently, like a couple months ago, I started taking it seriously and started working on it a lot more. And I'm trying to be wary of how much I can share, because there's some stuff that some people in my life aren't fully aware of, which I don't really want to put some information out there. But I'm going to try to be as transparent as possible. Don't worry, it's nothing important. But basically, I started taking the business more seriously a couple months ago, and I started building my offer. I started uploading videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. And I have some of the basics done already. But essentially what I wanted to do is I came up with this idea literally 2 days ago. I spent all of yesterday pretty much trying to set this up, try to make it look nice, and figuring out how to do all the streaming stuff. I'm streaming on YouTube and on Twitch simultaneously as well, because I figured that would probably be best. So what's happening now is I decided to do this to showcase everything that I'm doing in my business from this point forward. Like I said, I already had done some of it. Like I've built my offer, I have my website, I have a lot of like planning documents done, I have some onboarding stuff done, but it's still like fairly primitive. It's not very established. Some of it is, like the offer, for example, and I can go through it like later if some people are interested, if this is something that people even enjoy watching. But I decided, wouldn't it be cool, because I've never seen this before anywhere. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could see what actually happens behind the scenes of a business like this? Because there's a lot of those like gurus and YouTubers out there which talk about the stuff that they have done and try to tell you and teach you what you should do to build your own business and such. And I thought, you know what? I've never actually seen anybody show everything. I've seen them showing it on like maps and showing like whiteboards and such, and what you could do. And that's cool and all, that has a purpose, but I've never seen anybody actually show everything that happens. So I thought, what if I did that? What if I live streamed everything I'm doing for my business? Full transparency. You can copy whatever you see, although I don't recommend it, and I might get into that later, because it wouldn't really help much if you don't understand a lot of the principles. Like one of the big things that having a business hinges on is understanding the thing that you are trying to provide. So it's like I'm building this marketing agency, digital marketing agency. So I'll be running ads and building funnels for businesses. And I spent a lot of time learning and practicing that. I'm part of certain communities where we have a bunch of people that are like helping each other and discussing these things. So it's like I know what to do and what service I'm going to provide. And if you don't, then you can't really copy what I'm doing. You'd have to learn that. I mean, obviously, if you want to be a scammer You probably could. You could just pretend or try to figure it out and give subpar results. But I spent a lot of time studying this stuff so I could be prepared for it. Then in the last couple of months, I built my offer, built my website, fleshed out pretty much everything, my social presence, etc. And now I'm going to be showing everything that is happening from here on in. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to try, because I don't know how well this is going to go. I don't know how well it's going to be received. I don't know how much of it I can actually do, because today I was going to focus mainly on outreach. But I don't know how much of that would actually be interesting to watch, because I can't show the entire process. Now, I know I just said I'm going to be fully transparent, but if I start showing the names of businesses and the emails of business owners and the way that I'm getting them, I can explain that part while I'm doing it, but I can't show the actual emails and such, because if there are people watching, and if there are people pulling up the streams or watching these streams live or watching the streams after they're finished, they can just go bombard those people with emails and calls, and I don't want that for like their sake and for mine, because if that happens, chances are I'm not going to get them as customers, and you're going to piss them off as well. It's just one of those things where, because of the way the internet is, you're going to get a bunch of trolls. So I can't do that. So I don't know how interesting that part would be. Obviously, some of the like other stuff, like building the funnels and writing the ads and stuff, that would be more interesting. I was thinking it might actually be fun to also film the content while on stream, and discuss it while I'm doing that, like the content that I make for the week. But yeah, so I hope it goes well. As long as it goes well, I intend to do this for as long as I can. Probably around midday every day. So around what time is it now? Because obviously I understand that people are at different time zones. So right now it's almost 3 o'clock here. So I'd probably stream sometime for a few hours between 12 and 6 every day. And besides that, I'm not going to be streaming literally every second I spend on the business, because that would be crazy. I'd be streaming like 9 to 10 hours a day. I also have to take breaks. I have to go work out. I have to go eat food. So I can't be doing that. I mean, look, maybe I'll change my mind later. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to just start streaming 3 different times a day just to make up for that. But for now, I thought, let me show you everything that's happening. You can follow along. Sometimes it will be boring. Sometimes it won't be. These streams are going to be immortalized into YouTube, so they'll be available to review at any point for anybody. And I'm planning on also making summary videos to showcase some of the stuff that I did every day, if I have the time to do that. And explain kind of like, what I did, why I did it, what I could have done better. And on top of it being an interesting experience, I hope, for anybody who watches this, it's going to be an interesting experience for me as well, because there's a lot of private stuff I might end up oversharing. This is kind of risky for me, because some people would be able to copy all of my strategies and thought processes and try to, get ahead of me because of that. And I might end up leaking certain information I don't want to by accident, just because of how, I'm showing everything. And it's a little scary, it's like having somebody read your browsing history. It's not super comfortable. So, yeah. I think that about sums that up. So, yeah, I'll just get started. After I have a sip of water. All right, so today, I'm going to be focused on outreach. So I was going to start outreach this week. What day is it today? Tuesday. Yeah, so it was literally yesterday. I lose track of time sometimes. So I was planning on starting outreach. I have prepared my email templates, which I'll show you some of those. I prepared some video sales letters, and everything I need basically to get started with cold email outreach. And I realized that manually researching companies is excruciatingly boring and time consuming. So I figured why don't I try to build some kind of automation for it? Now, I don't know fully what I'm doing, but I have a little bit of experience with stuff like make.com and some other automation tools. So I was going to try to get started there, see what we can come up with. I also know about LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which seems like it might be handy for getting leads. So the idea that I had in my mind, and I saw a couple of videos about this as well, so we'll see if we can build. I might have to watch some of those videos while doing this, but the idea was that you scrape leads off of LinkedIn and then create a system which verifies emails and makes sure that your emails aren't going to bounce, and you find as well as you can the email of the decision maker, and that's how you make your leads. And I'll either be storing them in Google Sheets or Airtable. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, so that's what I'm gonna get into. And it's been a long time since I've had to talk to myself for this long, so there's probably gonna be some sections where I don't say much, but you know, that you can kind of expect that. Doing this kind of stuff is not extremely exciting. This isn't like your typical, gaming stream or something. There's gonna be times where it gets pretty fucking boring, and I imagine the summaries are gonna be a lot more interesting. But I think this has its own use case as well, and that's why I decided to do it. Just signing into some of my stuff here. I have two-factor authentication on like literally everything, so it's a little annoying signing in sometimes. So one thing that I do a lot is use AI. I use the shit out of AI. I think AI is amazing. It is so great for so many things. It's amazing. Incredible. As long as you know how to use it. That's the thing that gets people, I think. Because a lot of them don't know how to use it. All right. All right, so first thing that we're gonna be doing is finding out what kind of words we should use for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Okay, so let's go to our main view here. And here is this chat. Okay, there we go. So my chosen niche is landscapers. So we need to research landscapers. And I'm going to start in Ireland because that's where I grew up. So it's more local, and I always recommend people start local because it's just easier. You know the people more, you know how they act. There's just that sense of familiarity as well. And I'm going to be looking that way a lot because that's where this monitor that you're seeing is. Yes, over there. I hope my mic is going to pick it up well. It seems like the stream is fairly quiet for some reason. Not fully sure why. So let's do this. So what do we need to write? Sales navigator Search for keeping use. Okay, so I'd like this to be structured a little better. So let's see here. Sample link sales navigator search setup keywords. History geography. Let's go Ireland for now. Headcount. Geography. Landscape. Good job. Good job, ChatGPT. Well done. Okay, so that's that. Now we want to sign up for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Let's start a free trial. Ah. 7-day free trial. Just so you see what I'm doing here. Just signing up for a free trial on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Literally just typed in LinkedIn Sales Navigator to Google. This showed up. I'm being a little careful with what's showing here because I don't know what I don't know what could show up. Just being careful. Click monthly. Trial begins. They end here. Okay. This is where I have to be careful. Like I was about to leak my fucking credit card details just by saying it out loud. Gotta be careful, bruv. Gotta be careful. It's a little nerve-wracking, you know? You never know when you're gonna make a horrendous mistake. Okay, that's done, that's done. And start. Need to approve in my banking app. There we There we go. Your order was successful. Awesome. Now I wanna cancel this. I'll do that afterwards. Save your leads and accounts, key insights. I don't want to do that. Just let me click next. Why is it got to be like this? Let me just beginning. Is it really gonna make me do this? I'm not interested in these people though. Whatever. I gotta do one. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so not sure if it's a good idea for me to show this section. Maybe I can show like just the side of it or something. Okay, maybe it's fine. It's probably fine. I'm probably overthinking it. So now we're gonna grab this stuff and paste it into here. Make sure that it has the correct quotation marks. And get rid of that. Okay. So here is this. Yeah. So over here, just so I could see it more easily. So for industry, we're going to use what ChatGPT said. Include construction. Services. Consumer services. Facility services. Design. Or home services. Okay. I'm blocking this a little bit, so let me move myself to here. geography was Ireland. $180. So that's not a lot. Can I just, does that add it? No. Yeah, I would have expected it. Okay. So Ireland is a little low. So let's see if we could also add United Kingdom. We're going to try to go for around 2,500. Okay. Job titles. So, founder, co-founder, founder, partner. Owner. Senior director. Operations. Okay, now we have about 2K results. Let's do company headcount. Let's do self-employed. 1 to 10. 11 to 50. And this one. I guess we could just take all of them. Since we're not really. Yeah. 1,500 results. Okay. You know, if I just remove all these. Yeah, that's fine. Getting a bit hot in here. Hold on a second. All right. Next, we need to sign up for Phantom Buster. Okay. Start a free trial. Email. Actually, I should log in on the other monitor. All right. Start trial. Okay, you can see this now. Validate your email. All right. Yeah, that's whatever. What do I want to use Phantom Buster for? I want to find and extract leads, to automate LinkedIn. Install this Chrome extension. Browse phantoms. Sales, navigator, search, export, phantom. To search your 1,000 obtain better results. Recommend airing your search or connection degree. Okay. Um, just to be careful when starting, we should probably do a little bit less. So you know what? I'm gonna do maybe 500 profiles. So let's get rid of some of the less useful leads. So let's say director of operations, we can ice. That's 1,500 now. We can ice partner. We can ice director of marketing. The marketing director. It's a little much. What else? I want to bring it down to about 500. Associate founder, I guess. Principal owner. You know what I should have done probably is just add more. Yeah. Or I could have actually just started with that, but that's probably not enough. I could have reduced it by company headcount. I could do that now. That's 450. These would probably be the easiest leads to reach out to anyway. So we want about 500. So let's do that. All right, 471. That's probably fine to start with. I guess we could just we might as well grab some of the top ones too. The more high ticket clients. Yeah. Okay, that'll do. So that. Back to Phantom Buster. And this. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's reduce that actually since we're only exporting 500. Let's do 500. I should probably make note of which things I'm using here so I can exclude them next time. Because if I'm going to be running this multiple times, what I want to do is exclude the searches I've already done so I don't waste tokens. So I should probably open up a new Excel sheet for that. Save that to my desktop. Scrape searches. Okay, so I say we do something like and count. Job title. And this 3. Self-employed. I actually be able to do this in searches, so I just make it easier. I'll probably just do this. Father, cough, and then geography. I mean, what can you do? This stuff is just boring. There's not much to say about it. Unless anybody asks any questions or has anything to say. This is pretty much what happens. It's kind of boring. All right, there's that. And then I need the actual search as well. I guess I could just put it here. There's that. Okay, there's that. Anything I'm missing? I don't think so. All right, cool. How well are you doing? Almost there. Wonder how many this is actually going to get through, because it doesn't pick up every single one of them. It's not able to scrape everything. So we'll see. The more the merrier. I guess that's why you want to do 2,500, but it's a new account. I don't want to get banned because it's my personal account. So getting banned would suck. So we'll just start with a few hundred. So this is pretty much what this is going to be. Super boring. Very disinteresting. This is why I thought I'll probably set up a thing where I summarize these streams. What's good in the hood? Hey, Eliana? I don't know if I'm saying that right. What's up? All good. Just waiting for this export to happen. How about you? How are you doing? It's pretty boring. You know, it's running a business is it's boring. That's what can you do? Sometimes you just have these moments where you gotta wait. I mean, I could be doing something else, but you know, I figured I might as well talk a little bit and give some backstory to it. But search my project, enjoying your stream. What project you working on? That's almost done. It's not taking too long. Ah, cool. Nice. What kind of graphic design do you do? I heard a follow sound. I don't know if that was you or not, but if that was you, thank you for the follow. I don't have it set up on this screen. I probably should, you know what? I should probably set it up. Give me a second. Alert box. Here it is. There. Okay. Should go off next time. There. I just don't have it set up on this scene. I do work in all art styles. Cool. What is it that you do the graphic design for? Is it like I don't know, like t-shirts? Is it websites? Is it like I don't know shit about graphic design. So I don't know what kind. I am not a designer. 488 profiles found. Look at that. That's pretty good from a search of 500. Actually, is that all of them? Holy shit, it actually scraped all of them. Nice. Good shit. Here are the results. Okay, I actually should probably not show these. So, whoop. I will download these on a separate screen. Don't want a bunch of people getting bombarded with messages and shit. Right. Let us click download results. No need. It's all good. Unlock. I mean, unless you wanna, I don't. Yeah. What other kind? What other stuff do you do? You spend all your time on that? Is it like for your own gig, sorta? You also have in your own business? You design for a living. Nice. Do you enjoy it? That's great. It's awesome to have something that you like. I don't really like this stuff. I find it kind of boring, but it's more of like a means to an end for me. But everything, everything has some interesting stuff to it. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I'm good at marketing, so I'm doing marketing. Maybe someday I'll do something different. Who knows? And now I've got to download these leads. It wants me to pay a subscription to download all of them, which is sad. These motherfuckers. Always wanting to, they suck you in and force you to pay, the bastards. That's fine. I mean, I don't mind paying. It's annoying. I don't like the kind of, I like when stuff is up front. Like if there's gonna be a price behind something, I really don't like that scummy method of like, they let you use some of the software, but then they basically tell you to fuck yourself. So it's like, I did this, I downloaded the lead. I ran the thing to get the leads, and I try to download it, and it's like, oh, you want to get them, you got to pay for it. I hate that shit. I wish it was just like, here, look, you're going to have to pay for this to download it up front. This isn't something I want to find out later. It just feels really scummy. Sure, will do. Hope you have a great day. All right, got it. How do I get these? Mm. Mm. This is so annoying. Let me see how this works on the video and on something. Oops. Inspect sources. Script. I'm just gonna show what I'm doing here. So I opened the inspect element, then clicked network, reloaded, and then typed in and found the name of the export that I did. This is the URL. Huh. Cool. Look at that. Nice. That lets you get it for free. Cool. Problem solving. Nice. Cool. All right, that's that. We can move on then to the rest of it. Now I need to put these in a spreadsheet. Let me open up my Gmail account. Probably don't need these anymore. I reckon. Probably not. I'll just get rid of it. Bring myself back down to the bottom. Cool, cool, cool. All right, that's step one done. We have the leads downloaded as a CSV file. Landscape. Scrape. Nice. Now I just need to upload it into Google Sheets. I can't show this part because it has a bunch of sensitive information about people. I mean, I know it's publicly available, but I just, this kind of shit can just go bad, you know? Just don't want to do it. Anyway, I need to go back to LinkedIn as well and want to cancel my plan. I am not in the mood to pay for it right now. Once we get some clients, it'd be a little bit different, then we could pay for it. But right now, I just don't need it. I probably wouldn't use it enough. As long as I use it every day. So I should use LinkedIn Navigator if I run out of like the niche, which if I do it at 500 a day for a few days, it's a 7-day trial. So I'll almost run out of it for this particular niche. Then I could try a different one maybe, just to use up the rest of the trial. But surely that amount of emails will be enough. If not, we could try like a Google scrape sort of thing as well. So yeah, now I just want to cancel this plan and then upload the CSV and we'll start building the automation. Account settings, Sales Navigator account maybe. I mean here. No. What does it say? Oops. Settings and privacy. Then go to account preferences, subscriptions and payments. Manage premium account. Cancel sub. Continue to cancel. Cancel. $50 a month for 2 months of Sales Navigator. Should I do that? 50% off. Those marketing faggots really know how to. Nah. For cancel. I might come back to it. It's a little expensive. It's expensive for somebody who doesn't have any income right now. Once I'd have some income, it'd be fine. All right, subscription has been canceled. Perfect. So now we need a blank spreadsheet. Let's title this something like Investor Eats. And now to file, import and upload. Which one is it? Probably this one, right? No. Fuck. Excuse me. Which one is it then? What happened to it? Oh, here it is. Okay. There's the scrape. Boom. And I want to upload this. Import. Oh. Import. Open now. Perfect. Nice. We have our leads. Cool. So, I'm actually gonna take that. Delete you. Let's see what's happening. I created two by accident, right? I can't show you what's inside the file because of sensitivity issues. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just cleaning up my thing. So I have this whole list of leads now, which we got from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is in this file right here, which is awesome. And we're going to move on to the next step. Why did I say it like that? Fuck if I know. It's just how it came out. Whatever. We also have this file, which I'll just put over here so you can at least visualize somewhat what it is that we're doing. Cool. So now we need to open up make.com and log in. I'm not going to show this because I don't want to leak my passwords. Sorry, trolls. New AI apps available in all paid plans. Cool. Don't care right now, but all right. Create new scenario. Our new scenario is going to be watch new leads and send to any mail finder. Here we go. Now we need a Google Sheets module and find the search rows function. Don't know if this is going to show sensitive information, so while I set this up, I don't think it will. No, it won't. Okay, that's fine. Here we go. I'm going to select the sheet that I was just showing moments ago. Sheet name is scrape 1. It contains headers. Yes, it does. For testing purposes, maximum number of returned results set to 1. All right. Now I'm going to hide this again. Run this module. Okay, does work. Perfect. So it just pulled up the information from the first lead on that spreadsheet. That is all. All right, now we're going to use AI. So create a completion prompt module. Because this is a pretty simple task. Let's go with GPT 3.5 Turbo. Max tokens, 128. we need our message. Oh, it's going to be system prompt. Expert. Intelligent writing assistant. If present. Hey there. Hey, Jesse, Jay, Han, or I'm always horrible at this. I'll just say Jesse. What's up, Jesse? Jesse! It's gone all good, man. Just doing an automation right now for getting emails of leads we scraped from LinkedIn. Super boring. I actually just started. This is the first time. This is something that I'm going to be doing every day, though. So, yeah, every day around this time-ish. Yeah, literally just started. So, made this account 2 days ago. It's all good, man. I just started, so I'm not in a rush. Plus, I don't really care about growing the channel much. I just want to document what I'm doing and showing people what it is I'm doing. So it's more like I don't really, I don't need an income from this. I don't care if I get a lot of people. It's just I want to show other people what it is that I'm doing. You're probably a bot, aren't you? Yeah, you're a bot. All right. So what this is doing is just to explain a little bit of what I'm doing. So the Google Sheets module is taking the sheet that we got of the leads we scraped from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and it's returning them row by row. Then this, we're going to be shoving leads, the leads that it's returning into ChatGPT to have it formatted correctly. Hey, Selena, what's up? Yeah, so we're doing this to have it formatted correctly, so that we can get... God, I lost my train of thought. so that we can get the names formatted correctly for any mail finder, which is a program that we're going to be pushing it into. The system prompt, what it's doing is it's telling ChatGPT what it is. It's basically giving it the instructions for how it should act. And then the user prompt is basically the thing that, like when you use ChatGPT, it's what you type in for it to do. My day's been pretty good. You know, I set all of this stuff up and I got pretty excited to do it. So I'm happy to be on here streaming this now. So it's pretty good. How about you? I just started, so literally got this set up today, but I will be streaming every day. Yeah, I'll be streaming every day just to showcase everything. I'm basically showing everything behind the scenes of what I'm doing in my business while trying to grow it, because I've never seen it done before, because I imagine a lot of people are very sensitive that don't want to show a lot of, like, there's loads of gurus and whatnot, and they spew whatever they have done, and they try to tell you supposedly what they've done, but nobody's actually showed you. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna show everything I'm doing. This is pretty much what this is. I'm originally from Lithuania, but I grew up in Ireland. Spent most of my life in Ireland. How about you? I got nothing to hide, so you know, pretty much all of my information is out there nowadays from the US. Have you been to Ireland? It's all right. The weather sucks, but it's very beautiful in the outside of Dublin. Sure. But I mean, I'm open to suggestions. Like what? Actually, I don't really mind if I grow slow. I'm really not interested in it. I'm just kind of doing this as like a side project because my main thing is this business. So I don't really care about affiliate and whatnot. I appreciate that though. Thank you. I don't really care about being an affiliate, to be honest. If it happens, it happens. I don't have a Discord that I actively use. There is one, but don't use it really. I might set one up sometime if some people get interested. Like I said, it's not used really, so there's not much point of it. Like you'd be in an empty chat. Now we need a user. We need to find some stuff that is not formatted correctly. I don't really use Google Sheets much, so it's a little difficult to go through it sometimes. I'm sure I would love it. It's just that I'm really not interested. It's just, you know, it's one of those things where it's just not for me. You know, like I said, I don't care about growing. I'm the wrong kind of person to target for this. I'm sure you're doing an amazing job though, and I really hope that that you do well with it. I hope you have a great day too. Taking this person's name. Now we're adding a new one for assistant. And now I need to format it like that. I don't know what this is. Now we need another. Oh man. Let's try this one. User assistant. We don't want middle names. Let's see this one. This user assistant. Get some more examples. Let's do this one. User assistant. Get rid of that. I don't wear headphones much, so my head's starting to get itchy. Honestly, I could probably just do this manually. Seems like most of them are fine. Whatever. User assistant. User assistant. Oh, whoops. Okay. Any emojis? No. And last message will be user text content will be the full name from our spreadsheet. All right, now let's test it out. Do on this module, put in a name like this. Okay, that worked. Cool. Now we want to go to any mail finder. We're gonna need 5k credits per month. Okay. We're gonna need this one. Let me sign up over here. All right, we've signed up for an email finder. I'll have to remember to cancel this plan because that is expensive. And I'll try to find a more portable way of doing that. Let me see actually if I could look around for that right now. Hmm. Might have to eat the cost on that. I'll see. Anyway, I'll just do what I have right now. Let's go back. Okay. All right. That's a shame that they updated that. I should set a reminder for myself for that. Is that? Ugh. Cool. So now we're going to API. So I got an email finder. Now I'm here on this screen. I'm gonna click this. I don't know if it's gonna show my API key. Obviously, I don't want to leak my API key, so I'm gonna click Get API Key, which yes, it would have leaked. All right. This is the kind of stuff that's like super sketchy with live streaming this kind of stuff. One mistake and I leak something important. Maybe that's one of the reasons why people don't do this kind of stuff. It's like it's so risky. I mean, I don't know what the worst that could happen is, as long as you're not leaking like extremely important information. But yeah, it's scary. You know, it's a little scary. Anyway, next we are going to do a HTTP module. Make a request. Now we're gonna need to. Where's API doc? Here are the API docs. Okay. Need to do authentication. Okay, so here's what's going on here. Authentication. Authorization header containing your API key. Add a header named authorization to your requests and set your API key as its value. All right, that is what we will do. Actually, doesn't any mail finder have its own thing? Why am I doing it through HTTP? Let's just do it through HTTP. I don't know any of its functions. Authorization. We're going to go back in, copy our API key. And I can't show this part because I need my API key not to be leaked. Here's this. So what we're doing is we are sending a decision maker's email. What's the difference between these two? Oh, okay, that's if you don't have their name, I imagine. Okay. Yeah. All right. Since we're gonna have their name, I guess we could use this. Find emails by LinkedIn URL. That's probably good as well. Costs more though. All right, so first thing we need, grab this, put it into URL. Method will be post. Again, I'm not showing this because I can't, because my, you know, I'm becoming brain dead. My API key is gonna be leaked. I can't show it, so I'm just putting it into the URL. Now we need body type raw, content type JSON. Grab this. There's that. Gonna replace domain. Name. Now we want to test this out. Let's test this out. Let's go to the top. Grab this dude's name. Company name. Will be this. All right, now it's time to test. Not sure if I'm allowed to show it yet, but let's see. Let's see if it works. It worked. Did go through. Okay. It did go through. Email status is not found. There is no email for this guy. All right. Now it's time to replace with the variables. Company name will be company name from the spreadsheet. Oh, what? Oh, I picked the wrong one. I'm a dumbass. That's probably why it didn't show up. Ha! Okay. Alright, well, company name. At least it works, so the request was good. And the full name will be the one from the ChatGPT prompt. Result. Or yeah. Choices, message, content, save. Oh man. Oh, okay. Now we need to make a bunch of variables. Cool. So now I just need this not to leak. All right. There's that. And then set multiple variables. Okay. Here's this back. First variable will be, hold on a second. Okay. I thought I already fucked up there. All right. This stuff, man, this is sketchy as fuck. Whatever. Take the full name here. Equal to become name. Take that from here. Then title will be title. Oop. Uh, we need replace. For this, we're gonna type in title description. Here, we're gonna replace new line with spaces. Oh, God, this is boring. Alright, now what we need to create is some kind of icebreaker. Is that, do I want to do that? It's just extra work. Hmm. Not sure. Just watching this thing to make sure I fully understand what's going on. Yeah, this is just testing it. Hey, you. That's your experience. Okay, nah, it's. You know what? This seems kind of lame. I don't think I want to do that. Okay, what have we done so far? Gotta go through it. Okay, so we have the leads in Google spreadsheet. The Google spreadsheet then gets sent to ChatGPT to clean up the names. The names are cleaned up so it could get sent to any mail finder, which checks if the email is valid. If the email is valid, then we're creating variables to send to ChatGPT to personalize the email. Yes. But I probably don't want ChatGPT to write that. I think I would prefer it to just write like a standard template, just use their name or something. Yeah. Because I'm going to hinge on it being personalized by sending them a video instead. And the other kind of personalizing will just be very superficial. So I'm probably not going to do that. Okay, now it's time for instantly AI. So we're not gonna have, yeah, I decided we're not gonna have personalized icebreakers. We'll just rely on the name and then hopefully getting enough intrigue from the custom video. So I'm not gonna do that part. Yeah. Okay, now it's time for instantly. I already have an account set up there. So I just need to log in. Now what we want to do is add new email. So this is in the instantly dashboard. Nothing leaking my IP address here. How much is that plan? I'm going to move over to a different tab for a second. We need an outreach plan. Email outreach plan. Let's see. 5,000 emails monthly, uploaded contacts 1,000. Probably hyper growth is what I need. We're gonna probably have more than 1,000 contacts monthly. I will try it for a month. Yeah. All right. Gotta pay for this plan. So just give me a moment. All right. Now I don't want to leak my card information, so I'm gonna make this purchase off screen. Code. And my head's really starting to hurt from these headphones. I'm not even really playing much. Actually, no, I was watching videos. I forgot about that already. Okay. Let's go. Okay. There is that. Unable to fetch instantly credits balance. Why not? You better find it soon. I just paid your ass. I have a problem with my headphones, so I can't hear you. Can you reply to me in chat? I'll really appreciate it. This sounds like some kind of scam. I'm gonna do it, but this sounds like a scam. All right, I cannot. Can't do it. Have to log in. Can't do it, brother. Sorry. Ah, well. Cool. So now we need to move on to the next part, which is to go to the main screen, add new Gmail setup. Now we are here. So now we need to type in our domain. I don't think I need this anymore, do I? I don't think so. So our business is existing domains. Search for existing domains. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. All right. Which ones do we want? Need the simple ones. Star, perfect, purpose, ideas, trades. Oh. Not giving any more options. That's it. All I can search for? Really? Oh no, there's some more suggestions. Hold on. It's 15. 50 emails sent a day. Okay. We want to send out around 100, so just one domain, once our emails around 90 emails a day. Okay. All right. Got. Click. Ink. Now. Get. Let's see. Scale. Does nothing weird show up? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this over to my screen for a bit just in case. I'm getting so fucking tired of doing this. This better be fucking worth it. Spending so much goddamn money on this shit too. Uh, okay. Now I need to add a forwarding domain. All right. What are you talking about? This is a valid email. A valid, not email, I mean domain. All right, let's go without it then. All right, here's another 30 bucks I gotta spend. Love spending money. Ugh. Now, just to show you what I'm doing. So I created the accounts. I bought them. Basically, I bought a domain. That's an additional domain that's different from my regular domain. So I went with Scale Serpicor. So I have 3 different email addresses, which I'll be able to send emails out of. So now I'm just setting up the settings because this email is going to have to be warmed up. So, uh, uh, increase per day. Okay. Daily warm up limit 50. Go back over here. Same thing here. 350 0 0 350. Let me bring that off for a second. Oops. It's that should be fine. I think this is something I'm gonna have to do once they're set up. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Saving these is enabled. Okay. I have to remember to set a custom tracking domain. Let me make a note of that. Once the emails are set up. Right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to wait for a while. Moving forward, you want to let these emails warm up for about 2 weeks. We get to our up period. I'll send 30 emails a day per account, which will be cold outreach. And then 20 emails a day that are still warm up. Okay, so now I just need to wait for these to set up. Cool. All right. Email accounts to be set up. Then that. All right. There's that. What else can we do? All right. You know what? I think I'm done for today. Yeah. Save that. Save that. We'll come back to that later. I need to save. Cool. All right. Well, thanks anybody for watching. That's been day one. We started this outreach system. Not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to have to wait for these accounts to get set up and then start creating our campaigns. Each day I should remember to also write down that each day I should make more exports from LinkedIn. Export 500 500 accounts from LinkedIn. Then there's any mail finder, which I already reminded myself to cancel. And oh, why did this freeze? Did it save? Yeah. And I need to set a reminder 7/40/21. Cancel instantly. Subscription if not needed. All right, cool. There's that. All right, so that's pretty much it. We started our automations set up. Now we just need to wait for these emails to get set up. Once these emails get set up on instantly, we'll be able to start outreaching bit by bit. I don't know how the warm-up period works. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Maybe some of it will be allowed to be outreach and some of it won't. I'm really not sure how it works. But our goal is to be able to get up to 100 email outreaches a day without destroying our domain rep. So that's what we're gonna do. That's the main goal. And once that's set up, hopefully, you send 100 good emails a day, you'd expect that you'd close at least one client by 30 days. So that's what we're going to be doing. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and hope you all have a great day. Bye.